also known as Luna, is Earth's only natural satellite. Yet it is not the largest moon in our solar system. Our moon is 6 billion years old. Just like the sun, the moon seems to rise in the east and set in the west. Did you know that the moon does not give off any light? It is just the reflection of the sun that makes it seem to shine. Our moon is in synchronous rotation with the Earth, and the reason for this is the gravitational pull between the Earth and the moon. This helps us keep us stable on our axis. It lets us have the changing of the seasons without the Earth might spin. Then our climate could rapidly change from desert to ice age in all regions. Life as we know it might not have been able to exist. It might not seem like it, but the moon has a crust, mantle, and core like the Earth. But it's a little more complicated than that. There's another layer added, the partial crust. And the crust is made out of two different layers, the lunar maria and the lunar terrae. If you look at the moon, the lunar maria is the darker part and the lighter part is the lunar terrae. The inner core is solid while the outer core is liquid. In 1969, on the Apollo 11 mission, Neil Armstrong, Michael Collins, and Buzz Aldrin were the first people to ever walk on the moon. Other astronauts have circled the moon but have never landed. Armstrong and Aldrin did while Collins stayed in orbit, took pictures, and collected information. Armstrong was technically the first person on the moon, but Aldrin joined him as they did experiments with moon rocks and dust. These happened because of the sun and moon's gravity pulling on the oceans. The difference between high tide and low tide is called the tidal range. The biggest tidal range is as much as 53 feet in just over 6 hours. The smallest tidal range is less than 3 feet. Spring tides, the highest, are formed when the Earth, sun, and moon are lined up. This happens every 2 weeks during a full moon or a new moon. The lowest neap tides happen when the Earth, sun, and moon form a right angle. This is during a quarter or three-quarter moon. Now we will be talking about lunar eclipses. A lunar eclipse happens when the moon passes through the Earth's shadow. Lunar eclipses have the same 3 phases, or types, as lunar eclipses, solar eclipses, which are the umbra, anumbra, and penumbra. Lunar eclipses can be seen by a larger area of Earth than solar eclipses. They also can be viewed without special equipment to protect your eyes. Lunar eclipses are not totally dark. The moon will reflect some of the sunlight that is reflected by the Earth's atmosphere. The light that is reflected is reddish colored, and it can cause the moon to appear a darkish reddish-brown color. In 2009, NASA sent the Moon Mineralogy Mapper with the Indian spacecraft Chandrayaan-1. It found water molecules in the form of ice. Scientists will still have to study this for a long time, but maybe it will help us build colonies on the moon. That was my report on the moon, and I hope you learned something from this because I did.